Hey guys, welcome to the channel. Welcome to the Bayern View. Hope you guys are all doing well. We won 2-0 versus Hertha Berlin today. Very good result. Got a debutant, I believe is how you say that, on the channel. We've got Beets in here, comes in the channel all the time, showing us support, and it's coming on a fan cam. So very, very happy to have you, mate. And yeah, the floor is yours. Go for it.
Yeah, well, thank you. Glad to be here. Like you said, I've been a subscriber for the channel for a while. I just haven't done this yet, so I've been very excited to do so. Basically, it was a good win. Not a good first half, in my opinion. I don't think anyone will disagree with that. But a good win. I mean, 2-0, honestly, I feel like is like the minimum of what you should like expect being a Bayern fan, especially against bottom of the table Hertha. But with the form that's been had like the team's had recently, it's a good win. I think a lot of people were saying this in the chat and in the comments, but I forget who it was, but someone said that the coaching staff should really pay attention to like the lineup that if they scored with, right? And I'm always in the chat saying Ryan Gravenberch has got to be playing. I would be shocked. I mean, well, maybe not shocked because we have some low expectations, but I would hope that he starts next game with Goretzka being suspended. We'll see. I guess we'll keep our expectations low with that, just with Tuchel not playing him. But I think he was pretty solid for the lack of game time that he gets this season. I've been kind of a Goretzka hater for a while. I mean, I appreciate what he's done in the past, but start of the season, I was like, all right, well, it's going to be unpopular, but I think Goretzka, should maybe be sold or at least benched. And that now everyone's starting to see that. I just think, I mean, how lucky are we to have Kimmich? Because, I mean, he's basically been playing on his own, if you think about it, in midfield, and he's still, top, let's just say conservatively, top 5 midfielder in the world, at least my opinion.
I'd put him top 3, to be honest.
Yeah, conservatively, but yeah, top 3, maybe more. We're Bayern fans, so we're gonna say that, of course. But yeah, so imagine Kimmich with, I mean, I can dream and think of like, well, Casemiro is a total dream, not going to happen. But I think maybe a more realistic dream, still a dream, but I think De Jong would be fantastic. And I think actually the Bayern now, his channel got me interested in, is it Manuel Ugarte or I think it's Ugarte from Sporting Lisbon. I just saw him with a montage of his highlights on his channel, and I think would be fantastic. So if you guys want to maybe check out his highlights, because I think if we can't get De Jong, then I think he's a solid option. We just need like that number 6, that enforcer in midfield, because that's not Goretzka, and it's kind of not really Kimmich either. He's more of an 8. I think he can play that, but I think he prefers to go forward. So yeah, I think with a proper CDM, I think, and a striker, of course, we'll get to that in a sec, but I think especially with a proper CDM, Bayern can get back to Bayern ways. And yeah, with striker, I think I would prefer Victor Osimhen. Maybe Kolo if we can't get Osimhen, but I also want to look more into Vlahovic. I think that's how you say it.
Vlahovic,
because a lot of people, and I think with Juve being in financial problems, I think he could come a lot cheaper. But yeah, I mean, I think I don't know if you'd agree that with Osimhen, is your number 1 striker option Victor Osimhen?
Yes, 100%.
Yeah.
Yes.
And what about CDM? I mean, because I feel like those are our 2 glaring needs.
De Jong, probably.
De Jong. Yeah, that's what I was thinking too.
Probably De Jong. Yeah.
But I know
his connections. His connections.
Yeah.
Yes. Probably
no worries.
With Dillit.
Yes.
I would say Ryan, but I think he's going to be going. So
I hope you're wrong, but I think so as well.
I hope I'm wrong as well.
I guess with that, if that happens, I guess the best we can hope for is at least, maybe like a doubling or more of our investment. But I really hope that he at least just one more season, at least stay one more season. Hopefully he can get more playing time and then go from there if you really want to leave. But yeah, I think you're right. I think he's going to force his way out. But yeah, I know you ask this a lot, like whether you're Tuchel in or Tuchel out. For me, I think a lot of people, it's kind of an obvious opinion, but Nagelsmann shouldn't have been sacked when he was sacked. I think them sacking him when they did will probably go down as one of the biggest what ifs in Bayern history. I mean, I don't know if necessarily if they would have beaten City, but I don't think it would have been, 4-1? I don't think it would have been 4-1 aggregate. They might have lost still, but it would have been way more competitive. But as far as I think I really just want stability with the manager position. So I think Tuchel's got to stay for a long, more than a season and a half or whatever. Because I think he does have good ideas. I think he is a good tactician. I wasn't like a huge fan. I'm not like super opposed to him either, but I know a lot of people were, really interested in having him come in even before. But I think he just needs like a proper summer, transfer window to get need a striker, obviously need a CDM. And I hope Pavard stays, because I think, especially this season for me, he's really won me over. Obviously, I think he should be playing at center back more than right back, but I still think he's a good utility player, even for right back position.
For the right back position.
But yeah, I just think maybe more than anything, I mean, every Bayern player for the most part has had some pretty bad form, but I think Pavard has just got the Bayern mentality. People might disagree with that, but I think he's a really Bayern mentality. So I hope he stays, but it is looking like he's gonna be, off to wherever. I don't know where he would even go, to be honest. I don't know if you have.
I know Chelsea are looking at him.
Chelsea, okay. Well, if he is gonna go, I'd like that, because they're gonna. Well. Oh, Inter, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Well, yeah. I hope if he goes somewhere, I hope it's Chelsea, just so they can, just give some ridiculous amount for him. Because I think I think it was this game that I asked you how much you think we could get, and you said like 35, 40. So with Chelsea, let's say hope it's like 50 or 60.
It wouldn't surprise me if they threw the money at him.
Right? I just still can't believe that they want other players. I mean, how many players have they already signed?
Didn't they sign like 9 players?
Something like that. I mean, they have to let people go. Like
they're only going to sign more, though, aren't they? They're just going to just
take
the money.
Yeah. And oh my gosh, I hope one of those players that is going to be leaving, it looks like Mount's going to be leaving. He better not come to Bayern. I don't want Mount at Bayern. I mean, I'm sure he's great and all in the EPL, but he's not Bayern level to me. And I just think, Mueller. I'm a huge Mueller. I got Mueller on the back of my back here. Mueller, like I know Robin drew you to Bayern. Mueller drew me to Bayern. I just love how like awkward and just you don't picture him as like one of the like a world-class footballer, but he is. That's why I love him. But so I mean, I still think he's got his like number 10 false 9 position. I still think he's got maybe another season or two. But Musiala is the number 10. I just don't know, because I think Mason Mount has played a 10, right? Is he a 10?
10 or on the right, yeah.
Yeah, so I don't think we need to be worrying about that at all. Only way I think that they need a winger is if they sell Gnabry, and well, hopefully Mané especially. But I mean, realistically, because I was saying in the comments that the dream would be Rafael Leao. I don't think that's ever going to happen. But I mean, if one or both of those guys are going to go, who do you think that they should replace him with, or replace them with?
I was saying it in today's stream. I think a lot of people want Mané gone and they want to bring in a winger. But for me, I generally think Mané was brought in as a centre forward. Which is a stupid thing because he's not a Robert Lewandowski type of player.
No.
Mané needs to go. I'm in an R on Serge. Hopefully the goal today can push Serge forward. I'd love the goal next game, if not the one after as well. But yeah, I don't know. But Mané needs to go. That needs to happen. He's horrendous.
Yeah, I agree. I would even say, as much as I have liked, and I still like Gnabry, I think he's got to go personally. I think they just need to switch it up a little bit. I mean, I have his kit, I'm not like a huge Gnabry hater by any means, but I just think his performance this season has not been great. And I know on the stats, his stats are way better than I think his performances actually have been. Because, he'll bag like a hat trick or something against like a random team and then not score for 10 games or something. But definitely I would agree more so with Mané leaving. Because, I mean, for obvious reasons, he has not been performing even before his injury. To me, he wasn't performing at all. And then of course you can't be hitting your own teammates and then think, yeah, this will be good for team morale. So yeah, Mane's got to go. I don't know who would buy him. If he were to be sold, they're going to have to, I think, just bite the bullet and lose their investment. I don't think what did they pay for him? Like 40 million, I think, with add-ons, something
I think
like
he'll go
that.
for about 25 probably.
Yeah, I don't think they're going to get, but that's fine to me. I think they just got to get him out because we got his twin brother. We didn't get Mané, which is just super unfortunate because I was a huge fan of that signing at the time. I mean, I knew he wasn't a center forward necessarily, but I kind of bought into the variability that they were kind of selling us on without Lewandowski, which has proven to not be the case, unfortunately. But I also got his kit this year. I just thought that would be a great kit to have, and it hasn't worked out too well. So that kind of sucks. But yeah, I think overall, I guess to kind of sum it up, I don't know what the time is or not, but I think it was definitely better second half performance, but a decent performance overall. They needed that. They needed that win. Whether what is it, a point? We're at top by 1 point against Dortmund.
By 1 point, yeah.
Yeah. So obviously that's not comfortable, but at least it's on top. Still, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen. Yeah, like you said, for now, I don't know what's going to happen. Whether they end up losing, which would be terrible, but I already think whether they win the Bundesliga or not, I think the season's kind of been a waste. Did out of Champions League, out of Pokal, which Pokal is probably worse. When was the last? They haven't won that in years, let alone been to like the semifinal. Have they? I don't even know.
No, not recently.
Yeah,
getting knocked out left, right, center.
That's what I thought. So yeah, they can't be. And I know everyone in the comments or on Twitter and stuff is saying, Sané's got like the quarterfinal curse. I hope that's broken next year. I mean, at the very least, they need to get to the semifinal, in my opinion, especially with the season that they've had. So yeah, I guess that sort of sums up my thoughts. I don't know if I'm going too long for time or not. I know you probably got other fans wanting to jump on.
A couple of other people waiting, but it's fine. Don't worry, it's fine. I think you've had great points, 100%. I'll ask you one more thing.
Sure.
Man of the match.
For me, it's Kimmich. I know it's between Coman and Kimmich, and I love both of them. Don't get me wrong. But I love Coman. But I think for me, Kimmich with those 2 assists in midfield, I think he's got to be man of the match for me. But I could see why people would say Coman. I think it's tight.
Yeah, and I'd have to agree with that, man. 100%.
Yeah.
But yeah, thank you for coming on. You've had great points.
Thanks.
And I agree with most of what you said.
Sure.
That's the main thing. That's the whole point. That's why I want to do these and give you, your chance to speak. Because otherwise it's just me speaking all the time, and I get bored of my own voice. So yeah. Either way, thank you for coming on. If you guys have enjoyed, please do smash the thumbs up. Hit the subscribe button down below if you want to see more of these. I will most definitely be getting you on the channel again.
Sweet.
Great points.
Awesome.
And yeah, man. With that said, that's going to be it for the video. If you have enjoyed, like I said, smash the thumbs up, hit the subscribe button, all of that good stuff. And then until then, we'll see you on the next one. Mia san mia. Peace out.